Okay, are you ready to go, Rose?
Yeah, stop it.
Okay, I think
Having a
we're in and ready to go, and so let's get started. I think it's nighttime again. I am May, and this is Rose. We're sisters, and we're playing Minecraft on hard and trying to get to the end. And we're still talking about the John Benet Ramsey case today. Oh, look, there's a dog. Oh, that's my dog. Hi. Yeah. I went back and got my stuff today, so we've got that in here now. Okay, excuse me, Mr. Villager. Sorry. But yeah, we're still talking about the John Benet Ramsey case. We had that part of that conversation last time, and so we're gonna kind of wrap that up, and then still trading with villagers.
We're getting scammed.
Yes. Hello, howdy. Thank you for joining us again today. We're glad to see you come back and talk with us. I'm trying to remember what I was going to do today. I think I was just still trading with the leather workers and stuff, but maybe going and getting more flint. I think that's what I was starting off with. Do you remember what you were doing? How are you guys? We are doing well. Me personally, I'm doing pretty good. It's Wednesday here and morning time for us, and it's going pretty well. I got my stuff back, so that's exciting. How are you doing?
One of these days.
Um,
To be murdered in cold blood. The sunflower, hello. Hi. Have you watched this before? I don't think so.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either, but hello, thank you for joining us this morning. I hope that you will enjoy the stream today. I don't know how exciting it'll be, but hopefully it'll be something worth watching.
What time zone are we in? What's it called?
Central? Yes?
Yeah, Central Time Zone.
Yeah, Central is the time zone. What time zones are you guys in? I know we had someone before watching from Germany, which is a really different time zone for us. And I don't know all the time zones, so I'll probably not know everyone, but we'd love to know where everyone's from because we think it's really interesting how in the
British Standard Time.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know where that is. I know that's pretty far away, and that's really cool, but I don't know where that is. I'm in summer.
In the Philippine time zone.
Instead of standard.
So you guys are both far away.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Never been to the Philippines. Have been to England. Thought it was very beautiful. Loved it. But would love to go to the Philippines too. Seen a lot of kind of like travel documentaries about it and stuff like that. I'm attempting to get Flint to trade with the Fletcher because I know we need to still work him up.
I've gone nowhere because I don't.
You what? Oh, gone. Haven't traveled. At least for me, you're a little bit quiet, Rose. I don't know if it's quiet on you guys' end or if it's just here because my computer's unhappy with me about the level of programs we are running today.
My voice fluctuates between being sore and not sore all of the time right now. So if I sound weird, that's why. I can't find my villager friend. He's gone again. Oh no, he's standing. Why do you do this?
I don't need iron. I just need wood. Oh, I have one. Okay. I will make another wooden shovel.
There you are. Here's some carrots. Give me the emerald.
So we're still, if you're just joining us, we're still trading to try and get saddle and some different enchanted items like weapons and stuff to make the nether easier. We've had a couple goes at the nether. We're not doing hot at it.
It's all gone incredibly poorly.
So we're hoping to kind of boost that. It is May's point of view. So the blonde one and the one who's talking right now. That's who we're watching. We tried to do like swapping back and forth between the two, which we couldn't really figure out how to do with the two VTubers. And apparently because of the way we're shooting it and the fact that Streamlabs is running on my computer, I don't know if anybody cares about this technical stuff, it always looked grainy when we switched it to Rose, like it was a lot lower quality. I thought it was kind of interesting to be able to see both points of view, but it just didn't seem to work well. So if anybody is way better at technology than us, which is probably most of you, and has a suggestion on how that would work, we are always open to those because we have to kind of outsource to friends and family some of our technological stuff. We were just very proud that we were able to get both of the VTuber characters in. And we're still trying to improve. Like, I've been watching some videos on how to maybe make their backgrounds transparent, which I think might be a little less distracting for everybody. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that work. And then we want to put in music at the beginning, too. Just still trying to kind of professionalize things or fancy things up. And we just now... What?
I fell in a hole.
Are you okay? Do you need assistance?
No, I made it out of it. Barely.
And we just now got a bunch of our... Or not a bunch. Several of these episodes up on YouTube. So if anybody wants to go watch those, it's just taking me forever to do them because they want to load for like 3 or 4 hours. So it's a bit time consuming to have them be running, but I'm slowly getting them there and hopefully they'll start going up more regularly. But let's go ahead and get started on the Jean-Benet Ramsey case, Rose, if that's okay.
Yeah. So last time when we left off, she'd obviously been murdered. I mean, that is what we were talking about. But also we got to the point that like the rest of the family was like, we don't feel like cooperating anymore. That sounds not fun or cool and not like something I enjoy doing. So, on January 15th, 1998, which is like 7 months? No, it's almost exactly a year. Because she was murdered in December. So, in January of the next year, they decided to quit cooperating with police altogether.
I'm sorry, puppy.
And they refused an interview with authorities, which we talked about this last time. If you live in America, which apparently neither of you do, but we really thought you couldn't do that. We thought that just wasn't allowed. But apparently it is.
Yeah, we were confused by the fact that they could just say, no, we don't want to talk to you. And I wonder if it's that maybe, oh, hello, welcome. Oh, yes, you have been here before. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't know if it's because it wasn't maybe an active case, like they weren't, it wasn't.
It was an active case, though.
But it had been a while. That's what I'm wondering if it was. It wasn't like their first interview, so maybe they could. But maybe they could deny it because like it wasn't the first time. Oh, thank you for following, the sunflower. Thank you. We really appreciate it. That's what I'm wondering. That's the only thing I have is that maybe it was because I'm gonna go ahead and just make an iron stone or a sword. Is that maybe it was because it wasn't an immediately active case, like it'd been a little while. That's the only thing I can think of because otherwise it seems like if you could do that, why wouldn't everyone do that,
Why wouldn't everyone just say, I don't feel like talking to you today?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Why wouldn't everyone just say no?
So apparently that's something you can do, which is information we'll tuck away for later. None of us gets
I ate half a watermelon. Is that in real life or Minecraft? Watermelons are pretty good. It's summer here, and you're in Germany, I believe, if I'm remembering correct. So I don't know.
It's summer there too. Hemispheres.
What?
Hemispheres. It's summer there too.
I just didn't know if they grew watermelons. I figured. In real. I didn't know if that was.
Everyone go wrong. That's the word.
What?
Everyone should grow watermelons.
Everyone should.
Importing.
That's true.
We live doesn't grow watermelons.
Where we live.
Never mind that.
What?
We get our watermelons from an old man down the street. So.
Yeah, but people grow them in their backyard and like sell them on the roadside. But we also get them imported, I'm sure, from Mexico, I think. But it's definitely watermelon season here, especially 4th of July was right around, or right past the corner, I guess. We had a couple days ago, and that's a very big watermelon season time. Also, right now,
I'm trying to grow watermelons in Minecraft, but they refuse to.
Well, we've got those glistening melons, which I'm still not sure what they do. They seem like they might be important, but I'm not sure.
Well, I can't trade them with the man.
Is that all he wants now, watermelons?
No, I'm just trying to do slightly higher trades, and all he wants is pumpkins and watermelons, and those just take forever to grow. Actually, the pumpkins are growing pretty fast now.
But so you were saying, so they refused the interview.
Yeah. And so after this, the mayor got involved, which also was not something I knew you could do.
Like to tell them you have to go be interviewed?
No, to tell them we're going to call a grand jury trial.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have 3 emeralds now. I don't know who to give them to. I don't know what to do with them, so I'm just putting them away.
You can put them in the chest and I'll come get them and trade them.
Following me. I don't like it when the villagers follow me. It makes me very uncomfy.
But I think I'm good with the flint now, so I can come and get the emeralds and stuff and do a couple trades real quick.
I can't put. Oh no. Because you put. Why have you put all of these shoes in our chest?
I don't know what to do with them. I have all this leather armor. We also need to build another chest. I think we need to expand upwards. I think that's part of it.
I don't think we need to expand upwards. I think this house is crowded enough with us and all the villagers who live in it.
I just think we need more chests, is what I'm saying. Do I have...
We're not storing all of your dyed leather armor. We don't need it.
I have a bunch of other stuff. Okay, fine. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my dyed leather armor. I'm going to go find some villager's house. And I'm going to stick that in there, okay?
That sounds good.
And that way...
I don't have to deal with it.
Well, that way when we need it, it's still around.
Do we ever really need it?
Well, I mean, it does give you some level of protection. I've got full leather armor on, and, you know, it's going to help some with not getting murdered by the different creatures we encounter. But I did get my stuff, so I've got the bamboo and everything like that that we need. Oh, is it nighttime? Again? Already? Wow.
No!
Why do we want to kill the cat? Oh, that's right. You don't like... He doesn't like cats. I remember that from an earlier stream. He doesn't like cats. I don't know why. Did you have a bad experience with them, or is it just a dog thing?
We killed one cat.
Yeah, we've had some...
all of the other pets we tried to get.
We've had some rough experiences with pets. But
and one day I'm going to accidentally hit her, and her wolf is going to slaughter me.
I'm going to make him sit, actually. For right now, at least. Come here, dog.
They're just extremely annoying. I have told her to turn down them, but I don't know how to do it.
No, we turned down all the mobs. I thought. We turned down all the passive and everything mobs. And we're not in the house that often. We just thought that when we were traveling, it might be helpful. Or are you saying they're extremely annoying in real life, too?
It could be both. The Fletcher is once again wandering off into the forest.
I don't know why he does this.
There we go. Away.
Okay, and then I need the emeralds to trade. And what else were we trading? Sticks? That's what me and the guy were doing. I think.
In real life, too. No, I don't find them... They don't really do much in real life.
I don't know. My cat does quite a bit. But
Yeah,
I think...
Your cat's weird.
I think the annoying stuff he does, like going over to things and deciding to knock them off, is kind of funny, though. I enjoy that. That's part of why I have him, for the entertainment value.
He bullies your dog.
Yes, he does bully the dog. It's kind of sad. The big 50-pound dog is bullied by the 15-pound cat. Which is a large cat, I know, but still, it's bad. Okay, right across from our house, which is the leather worker's house anyway, is going to go all of this beautiful dyed leather.
Anyway.
So, the mayor gets involved to convene a grand jury.
The mayor, he convenes a grand jury, which is also something I didn't know the mayor could do, but now I do, don't I?
I kind of thought the mayor, for some reason, was one of those jobs that really didn't do much.
I don't think the mayor does a whole lot, to be honest, but apparently he does now. Did you know you could put flowers in the composter? Because I just found that out.
No.
Almost every morning I hear a cat screaming like it's dying. That would be May's cat. He screams. Sometimes
I think
you can hear him in the background.
I think he means in his real life.
I know, but in my real life, I can hear your cat scream.
He doesn't scream as much here as he used to at the other places he was at, like where my grandparents used to live, because he lived with my grandparents raw.
Speaking of screaming, you're running home. My dog's screaming because they're mowing.
You can put if you can put flowers in the compost, you can do that, but don't use up all our flowers. Because remember, with the suspicious stew or whatever it was that we found out you could make, we might need them for different effects, which I didn't really fully understand. I can see how that would be annoying, hearing a cat scream in the morning when you're trying to sleep, or when you're waking up. Sometimes, like, the way you're woken up is really, even if you were going to get up anyway, being woken up by, like, a really loud noise is very upsetting, even if you were going to get up in, like, a minute. I wonder why the cat is screaming.
I closed the window to see if maybe that would help, and so far,
yeah, the dogs are not big fans of the mowers. Probably the mowers are not very big fans of them either, though.
I don't think the mowers actually care about the dog. But the dogs deeply care about the mowers.
Oh, there goes the axe. I'll break down the
They're
rest of this.
very upset. Anyway.
So convenes a grand jury.
Head first into the couch.
What?
One of them just ran head first into the couch with just abandonment. Yeeted his body.
They don't really have a good
Here.
sense of their body size and how to move it when they're angry and upset. Okay, that's all the
I
trees.
think he's shooting at me. Anyway.
Probably a skeleton.
So yeah, on March 12th they make a grand jury, which for people who also don't live in America is just this thing where why are you standing in the composter? Is just this thing where they hear all the evidence and decide if they're going to indict people and have a trial, but it's not the actual trial. I don't know what dictates that happening versus other things happening, because no one ever explained it to me. I have a very little understanding of the justice system.
Which is sad but true that most people in America, at least from our perspective, don't have great understandings of that.
I think it's especially bad because our dad is a lawyer.
Yes, I was going to say that too. But it's not like he does trial law. He doesn't really do trials. So, but anyway, so they convene a grand jury, and the grand jury says...
Well, we haven't even got to... The grand jury has not started their investigation yet. There just is one.
Okay.
It now exists. So after that, on June 3rd, the lead investigator of this says that there is significant results from 1,058 pieces of evidence taken from the home.
It's a lot of
evidence. Does he say what those results are? No. Does he say anything useful? No. But supposedly, there was significant results.
That's a really vague statement.
It is. There's a lot of those.
Oh, oops, I didn't mean to make a button. Now we have a button. I don't know what you'd do with that.
And then finally, almost a year later, they finally questioned the older brother, who was supposedly the only other person in the house at the time of the murder, except for the parents. But they just hadn't bothered to question him yet. But they questioned him for a couple of days. He was 9 when the crime occurred. He's 11 when they questioned him. And
that's a long time to wait.
They didn't tell me any results from the question. They just said they finally did it.
But isn't that a long time to wait? 9 when the crime occurs, 11 when you question him?
Yes.
That just seems excessive.
And it's over a year after the murder.
Is this worth doing? Oh, it is. Okay. That's definitely worth doing.
That iron golem is lost.
Upgrade yourself. I was telling the Fletcher too, he's supposed to upgrade himself. I got him to the next level, but I need him to go ahead and do that. Okay, there we go. He's a journeyman. I don't know what, that's what I'm thinking, but mine is at a journeyman, which is, I guess, after the apprentice.
That's what the parrot man is at too. He keeps demanding melons for emeralds.
Okay, I'll need to get you more of that.
We have string.
Do we need string? Oh, I could take string. You could bring string to the Fletcher guy.
We're not going outside.
Oh, it's saying string. What did you? No, that's not a great string. Okay, I will take these to the other man. Sorry, I can't give you this.
And then on August 6th, sorry, I interrupted you, but I'm going to continue.
It's okay. I'm just talking to the people.
On August 6th, so one of the first detectives on the case is named Steve Thomas. He resigns. And you're thinking, oh, why does he resign? Does he resign because of this case or just because he needs to? No, he resigns because he says this case is crippled, which is strong wording.
The case is crippled? Or he is crippled by the case?
The case. Not him. He's fine.
No, I mean, for instance, he's so fed up he can't handle the case. Or the case itself is...
The case itself is crippled. Because, he says the district attorney, Alex Hunter, who is the district attorney. I don't know how to describe what a district attorney is.
A district attorneys, I think most people know what these are.
But you didn't tell me we had this much wheat. You've been hiding it from me.
No, I haven't. I just brought back a bunch of hay bales. There's a lot more wheat if you need more wheat, because all the hay bales can be made into wheat. If there's ever a term that anybody doesn't... Oh, he's got an emerald badge. That somebody's not... He's an expert, but it looks like he can still go up higher, because he still doesn't have the saddle. He's got horse armor now, though. And we could use... Oh, no, that's shelled. I was going to say green dye, but that's not what he wants. I guess keep doing the boots.
I didn't hear a thing you said because of the mowers.
I said after journeyman, they become expert, but they can still go up higher than that. I'm assuming, like you said, the next one's master.
That's very long.
But I have all the leather boots. Every single one of the leather boots that's possible. I have those.
Why is there little hearts coming up from you two?
Could mean that we're going to have another annoying baby villager.
I didn't give you anything.
I think they can do it on their own.
Now there's puffs of smoke coming up from them.
Do you mind if I take our spider string and trade it away?
No, I don't mind. I'm wondering what's going on between these two farmers.
I think it could be villager breeding, so you probably shouldn't be observing that. I mean, we don't want to be inappropriate.
In the middle of the square.
I didn't say that they were being discreet. But so, keep going. I'm invested in the story. I don't know if anyone else is, but I'm invested.
Keep breaking the laws. But he says it's crippled because District Attorney Alex Hunter has crippled the case.
Oh, lots of district attorney,
chief prosecutor in the county or area.
Mm-hmm.
And someone says they are invested. Well, that's good.
Thank you.
I'm entertaining enough to be someone to be somewhat invested. The farmer left again.
Excuse me, Iron Golem.
Are you my farmer? Farmer.
Okay, keep going. We're all invested.
I'm getting there.
You're holding us in suspense. We can't handle it.
Just by the way, this is unsolved. I hope everyone appreciates that. Because sometimes I don't. But, so, he says since crucial elements have been compromised. Does he list what crucial elements? No, because no one provides anything useful in any of these situations.
But so saying, like, the evidence has been compromised, I bet that would go along with the lines that we talked about last time, like the family came in and cleaned stuff, and they let them move the body around. Which, I'm sorry, I thought that was like, if you watched any kind of police dramas, that seems like it was the number one rule. Don't touch the body and don't move it or anything, and then the cop comes in and moves it.
The cop, okay, no, first of all, he literally takes it out of the room. The dad does. And then the cop moves it, which is just, anyway. And then on August 19th, Fleet White, the good family friend that we all know and love, this is the last time he shows up, he really doesn't matter that much. He says, hey, could District Attorney Alex Hunter be dismissed? I don't like him, and I think he's doing a bad job.
You're allowed to do that? Did that happen?
No, he didn't get dismissed or anything. But you can ask, apparently. Will it happen? Questionable. But he did ask, which I think shows something, that your good family friend is going, hey, we don't think this district attorney is doing very well. In fact, I think he sucks.
Yeah, but that could also be because the district attorney, or it seems like pretty much everyone kind of suspected them, and you don't like the idea that your friends are being accused of killing their daughter. So I don't know if...
The attorney was there to prove them innocent.
He thought they were innocent?
Well, I have some string that I just picked up somewhere along the way.
Oh. Well, you can put it in the chest. I took 64. I haven't traded yet. I'm still... Well, I think I just got some raw meat. Still in the process of...
If you keep leaving our doors open, I'm going to beat you with them.
I couldn't get out. I didn't want to hit anybody. All of the people, the Iron Golem, the villagers, were all stuck at the door. Like, hanging out there.
We're their friends. They like to. And then on August 20th, so you remember that first 911 call, not the one done before the murder, but the one after the murder.
Yes, the one the mom made very quickly.
Yes. Newfound techniques. They listen to that phone call again, and they hear Burke's voice in the back, and they think, that's shady. That's
suspicious. Birds?
Burke, the brother.
Oh, Burke's voice. Okay, I couldn't remember his name.
The brother. they think that's shady, that's suspicious, because guess what? Those shady parent people told us that no, he was asleep until the cops arrived. We just woke him up when you guys got here.
That's also in and of itself a shady statement. Because I'm sorry, I think if you found your kid dead, wouldn't your first thought to be to
You didn't
run?
find your kid dead. You found a ransom note.
Oh, a ransom. Okay, even a ransom note. Wouldn't your first thought be to run and check on the other kid? You know, is he
No.
still there? That wouldn't be your first thought?
Apparently not for them.
I just think that would be a first thought. You know, check on the other kids.
No, their first thought was call everyone I've ever met. And then finally on September 15th, this is like 4 months after the grand jury has become a grand jury, they finally start investigating. Is that normal? I don't know.
I think it takes a while to do the grand juries, just from like the few that I've seen on the news recently. It seems like these are slow processes.
But yeah, they finally start investigating. They haven't decided anything yet, but like they're toured around the home and stuff. So they're looking at the evidence and considering it, and that is a flying goat. And then on September 24th, another detective quits, and you're thinking he also thinks the case is crippled, but no.
Why does
He
he
thinks there's way too much focus on the parents. He thinks that we need to focus more on the intruder theory that someone came in and kidnapped her in the locked room that you couldn't get into unless you were inside the house.
So, Odin just asked what we're talking about. We're talking about the John Benet Ramsey case. I don't know if it's a case that's well known outside of the U.S. It's pretty popular here. It's an unsolved murder case that happened, I don't remember the year, a little while ago.
She was a pageant kid.
And I don't know.
Murdered. Everyone thinks her parents did it, but some people also think her parents didn't do it.
But it's basically very complicated and dramatic because of all the kind of like ways that things have been messed up and bungled by the police, but also by other people.
Like the parent.
And it's kind of come back into the spotlight recently because they did kind of like a movie about it, and there's been some other stuff about it. If you want more of a recap, we can give that, but that's kind of the sum total of it.
So this switches it over where I guess the rest of the department goes, you know what, maybe we should focus not only on the parents, even though the parents are shady and we don't like them no more.
I imagine they probably didn't like them too because they were being difficult to cooperate with. You know, they weren't volunteering information and stuff.
But they did decide to look at other things, which I guess is good for them, because at this point in time, I would have just wanted to say, if you don't want me to find out how your child was murdered, I won't. But I don't think that's how police are supposed to work, and I'm glad they don't work that way. This is why I'm not going to become a police woman. Very good reason.
I think there's other reasons too. Your hand-eye coordination might not make the gun part very, you know.
I don't like loud noises.
Yeah, there's other reasons besides this, I think, for your lack of police work.
Anyway, despite my horrible inaccuracy, I can't come up with words. Anyway, despite the fact I would be a horrible police person, I just have enough weight. But on October 13th, the grand jury starts hearing forensic evidence because there's all kinds of DNA and stuff that's been collected that I guess they just haven't done anything with. I don't know.
And so what do they find?
They get to start hearing it. They don't tell me what the grand jury decides. I guess the grand jury really doesn't decide anything until, like, the very end. But I keep thinking they're going to tell me what the grand jury has decided, but they haven't.
Okay, keep going.
And on December 3rd, they collect more family DNA. I don't know why. They don't explain why, but they collect it from 5 family members, and they swear it is not to prosecute them. They swear it is just to, you know, they're just looking at it. They want to know where this DNA in the house came from. Did you just steal my carrot, you greedy, greedy man? I think he did.
I think this is why she titled it Getting Scammed by the Villagers. I think there's some resentment there.
I have lots of resentment for villagers. Quit standing in the compost bin!
See, lots of resentment from the villagers. Okay, I've replanted the trees. I've cut down half the forest. I'm contributing to deforestation. and I'm coming
You
back.
are deforestation. Don't act like you're contributing. You are the problem.
Well, I don't know. The villagers who just keep going out there and standing in the woods, I find them, that's a little shady.
That's not deforestation. That's a drug deal.
That's not what I want. There we go. Okay, keep going.
Anyway, but they swear they're not suspects. They just want to know from who all lives here. What's going on? We swear it's not to prosecute you. And then on January 28th of 1999, this is 2 years after she was murdered, they go to the internet and they say, "Hello, internet friends. Hi. We know we haven't talked to you. We know we haven't asked you any important questions, and we know you're angry. Do you think, mayhaps, you could find a teddy bear for us? We found this lovely Christmas teddy bear that Jean Benet had, and we would just like this teddy bear to be located. We think it could be useful to our investigations. It's this lovely Christmas teddy bear. Please, internet, please give us the teddy bear."
They just asked, like, put it out online for this?
Yeah. Yes.
And
yes,
they want
do.
the personal one she had? Or they want
No, they want to find the manufacturer. They think it could be useful.
Okay. Why don't they do that
What
themselves?
it could be useful for.
But why don't they do that themselves? Why are they asking the internet?
They're tired? I don't know.
I just thought that's what they do. I thought they were supposed to, figure these things out.
Someone killed my cow.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I haven't been up there, so please don't attack me or accuse me of it.
I made 4 cows, so we would have enough to breed more, and someone killed one of them. It was just a baby. Murder. Do villagers kill cows? Is that a thing they do?
They don't seem to do anything. I don't understand if they're supposed to be working on these trades all the time. I mean, on their personal trades, not on trading with us. You'd think that there'd be, like, stacks of stuff everywhere of all this wonderful stuff they've made. They'd, like, put it in chests and stuff. But they don't. They just make it and it's, like, imaginary.
Got really big pockets.
But I will continue to trade sticks with this man until he will not take any more sticks.
That's a floating pig. I don't like what's going on in the game currently. I feel like I'm being haunted.
I think it's probably just like the chunk hasn't loaded or something.
No, I'm definitely being haunted. That's why my cow died.
Definitely being... Oh, wait, did you want string? You did. You were into the string. Oh, you're very into the string. He likes the string. Okay.
The way you said it makes it sound weird. I have a melon. Finally.
Now we could trade feathers, too. Is this a good trade?
The melon doesn't become a whole melon?
I think that wanting villagers to put the stuff from their jobs in the test is a common statement. Yeah, and I understand why, like, maybe it would make it, like, if you found the villagers later in the game, where that would maybe be, I need one more string.
It doesn't even make a whole melon.
Or that would
I don't
maybe
even
be...
have enough to make a whole melon from harvesting my melon. I am being scammed.
She's angry. What I was saying is I can see why that... Can you wake up? Excuse me, Leatherman. I need to speak with you. No, don't go to bed. I need to... Thank you. I can see why that would be maybe problematic. Does this do more? Which one?
Anyway.
But I think it's worth it because I don't understand if they're supposed to be creating these things all the time. Where are they going? Like, what are they doing with them?
They're putting them in their giant pockets. They've got very large pockets. And one of them has an eye patch, and he doesn't close his other eye when he sleeps, and that makes me uncomfy.
I will be to bed in just a second. I'm wasting all our emeralds on dyed hats.
Why are you wasting them on dyed hats?
Because that's the things that give the tiny bit of experience is the hats and the shoes. Don't take those, don't take those. Heaven help us, don't take those. Pick them up. Do I have no inventory space? I have no inventory space. Okay, I nearly threw 3 emeralds at him. But I picked them up. Okay. So wait, are you at the highest level now? Yes, he's at master. Does that mean you have a saddle now? Yes, he does. I only need to trade 1 emerald for the stupid saddle. Hold on, get out of bed, you idiot. Saddle. Should I get 2 of them?
I don't know.
I'm getting 2 of them. We can have a spare that way. Give me the emerald
Anyway.
back. Hold on. I don't want that. I want the emerald.
Doesn't he have more dyed hats in different colors?
Can you get the emerald? Are you killing me? No, it's a zombie. There, I was like, why are you coming to attack me?
I'm
Hope he didn't kill. Did he kill the trade person? No, the trade person ran away. Good choice. That was smart. I want the stupid emerald. Thank you. I'll come back and collect all that leather. Oh, here. I'm adding a new leather chest to his house.
Wonderful.
We will
Anyway,
never run out of boots or hats.
On March 9th, 3 years after all of this started, the lady who showed up at the beginning, Linda, however you pronounce her last name, she resigns. She says there's too much criticism. Probably because you moved the body closer to the Christmas tree, Linda. No one likes someone who messes up investigations.
Was she the cop who was there first?
What?
Was she the cop who was there first?
No, there was the cop who was there first who just did fine. And then there was her who, once they found the body and he already moved it upstairs, she decided it needed to be closer to the Christmas tree.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. Okay.
And that's probably why she resigned and had so much criticism, because no one likes a woman who doesn't even watch Law and Order.
We are now done with the leather worker. So we've got... who else are we still working on?
I have no clue who we were working on in the first place. I've just been trading with this one man.
I keep writing it down, and then it keeps walking away from me during the day. Like the piece of paper just runs away. But I know the Fletcher, and then... I'm trying to think of who else. I know the Fletcher. I know somebody else, too. I guess the iron guy? Not the iron guy, the weaponsmith, maybe?
Fletcher is once again wandering off into the woods.
Are you the weaponsmith? Excuse me, sir.
There he goes.
You are the weaponsmith. Oh, I could be getting an axe from you next time. And a wonderful sword. Oh, did he... I thought we broke his thing. Is he worth trading with? Does anyone know? Oh, wait, are you... Hold on. I thought I saw... No, you're both. Well, this is the guy I talked to. I thought breaking his thing was supposed to do something. It doesn't appear that it did anything.
I think I broke the wrong thing. I don't think that's the one that's his.
Well,
or maybe I'm wrong. What is it?
I'm not sure. I don't remember which one you broke. But I don't, like, should we still trade with him? Does anyone know that? I know that first trade someone was saying wasn't a good one. Okay, there's a skeleton. Hold on. Wasn't a good one, but I didn't know if that didn't mean he could have good ones later, maybe. So any advice on that's appreciated. But so keep going. So she leaves the...
I don't want your emerald. You are not the man I am friends with. She leaves and she goes, you know what? I'm just not dealing with this anymore.
Because there's too much criticism.
Aha, you're the one I want. Here, take these pumpkins and give me the emerald. Where did they get all these emeralds?
I don't know, because, you know, they don't mine for them, so I don't know where they get them from. I guess those pockets you were talking about.
They just spawn in their pockets?
Or maybe the iron golems are secretly digging for them or something. I don't know. They have a lot of them, and you'd think they'd have to mine for them.
How come I couldn't just, rob them? What? Why is our Fletcher so dumb?
I don't know. I wonder if he's, like, supposed to be, like, maybe it's a design feature that he's supposed to be going into the woods, like, to gather wood for all those sticks that he needs. But I've traded him enough sticks he shouldn't ever need any more.
Bet he do. Anyway. So, okay. And then, on May 19th, they decide Burke is no longer a suspect. They say he's just a witness, he's secretly questioned by the grand jury, and the grand jury goes, nope, he's just a witness. Edmund, what the heck?
That would be her dog. I don't know what he's doing, but apparently it's something that's worthy of her screaming what the heck at him. So probably not an approved behavior. That means she's had to go investigate what Edmund is doing. My dog is asleep. Every morning he gets up out of bed, he wanders in here, and he goes, I guess it's time for nap. Her dog wakes
He
up.
got a wet towel and he dragged it along the floor. And while I appreciate his efforts to mop, I don't think the towel was clean.
He just wants to help clean.
Do you think the house is dirty, Edmund?
I think what he's saying is it's time to mop again.
Anyway, they decide he's not a suspect. Then on September 13th, Linda, our good friend Linda, she goes on this interview and she says, I know who killed Jean Benet, which, why are you doing this and why aren't you telling people if you know who killed her? Why aren't they being prosecuted? So many questions, Linda. And Linda goes, I won't tell you though. You shady interview man. And we go, Linda, what the heck? Linda?
Yeah, why would you do that? And then did the cops come and be like, well, if you know who it is and you gotta stay in jail until you tell us or something?
No.
And
no one does that. She just goes, I know who killed Jean Benet.
She's supposed to be friends with the family, right?
No, Linda's not.
I'm confused how Linda's involved. I must have missed this.
Linda was the first detective who showed up on the scene and moved her body close to
she's the
Christmas tree.
detective. Why isn't all of her detective friends who are maybe still stuck with this case saying, listen, Linda, if you don't tell us, we're not going to speak with you anymore. We're going to kick you out of the force or something.
I don't know. Because they want me personally to suffer.
So she says this on television, and everyone's just like, whatever.
No, I think everyone went, what the heck, Linda?
Does she ever tell anybody who she said?
Well, not that any of us know of, but anyway, everyone's angry at Linda. And then you want to be more angry. On October 13th, our good friend District Attorney Alex Hunter says, there's no sufficient evidence to charge anyone. And everyone goes, what do you mean, District Attorney Alex Hunter? You mean all this evidence we found? You can't charge anyone? Alex Hunter?
And he says no, essentially. Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like any of the evidence, pointed anywhere. It's just all kind of, shady.
Yes. And then on May 17th, 2000, the family publishes a book called The Death of Innocence.
Lovely title.
And there's a whole publicity campaign to promote it, which is weird all in itself.
I always find it weird, these kind of stories. I mean, I, again, think people should have the right to write whatever they want. But at the same time, it's that's very strange, the idea. It's different when it's something you've experienced that you survived, but this isn't something you experienced that you survived. Really, this is the death of your child, and you're making money off of it.
Or write the book and don't have it, they went on, a publicity tour. Don't do that.
That's a bit strange.
And then on May 24th, there's a press conference where Patsy and John, they go, we took lie detector tests, and they confirmed that we are in fact innocent. And everyone goes, well, who administered these lie detector tests? What have the police said about them? And the tests were not run by the FBI, and they are not acceptable to investigators. So are they innocent? Probably not, because probably it was, I bought a lie detector thing and said, you know what I want to do? Hello, my good friends Patsy and John. I want to do a lie detector test and ask you if you killed your child. Do you think that sounds fun and funky? And they went, yeah.
I think they probably, I don't remember the case in real time or any of that, but I would think that part of it would be that they were
not alive for most of it.
But I mean, okay, well then I wouldn't remember it. I just would think that part of it would be, especially from how much news coverage it seems like there is of it still today, would be part of it that they would want to just not be accused all the time. Because I think if they didn't kill her, which I don't know, I would think it'd be horrible to constantly being accused that you killed your kid, because you're dealing with this loss and having to grieve and handle it, and also do all these interviews with police and I guess with all the media people who you didn't have to do interviews with, but you decided to do anyway. And then you're being accused that it's your fault. I think that would be really nasty and hard to handle.
Yeah, but they also chose a lot of this, and that is something that's weird in itself. They could have never talked to any people other than the police, but they specifically chose to.
But I think that most people, I don't know. I don't know if you saw on the news. This was something that happened recently in America. I doubt it was covered internationally because I don't think it was considered that big. But recently in the U.S., in California, and I only know the little snippets I saw on like the nighttime news, so I haven't investigated. So don't, if there's a discrepancy, I'm sorry. But it was like this mom, she's driving down the highway. I don't know if she cut somebody off or what it was.
You tell the story all of the time.
I told you it once because you don't watch the news, so no, I don't tell the story all the time. I just thought it was really interesting and very senseless. Anyway, she's driving along the road. Don't know if she cut somebody off. Don't know what happens. But essentially, somebody gets mad, like road rage is what they call it, I guess. Somebody gets mad and shoots at her car, and the bullet like hits the back of her car and goes through the back of the car and kills her child in the back, who's like 6. Horrible incident, awful, very upsetting to everybody. They eventually do find the people who did it. It was like a guy and a girl in a car. I don't know I don't remember which one shot who, but find them. But what I thought was odd, one, the like idea that it's so, they just go out and they're angry because she cut them off or something, nothing that's of importance, and they decide to shoot at them and then end up killing this kid. But the fact that she was very much like her family, her younger child, I think, or maybe her niece, were all on the news. And I thought that was really interesting because I just don't think if something like that, I don't have kids, so it's hard for me to compare like the tragedy, but I just don't think I would be able to go on the news and have any kind of ability to talk. But I thought it was interesting. They like actually held press conferences themselves, and I didn't know that was something that people did. I thought, the lawyers or, of accused people or the mayor or whatever had their own press conferences. I didn't think that the victims, like, parents did. Are you heading to bed?
I'm getting there.
I mean, do you not find that interesting? I just thought it was a really odd case because usually you hear about people getting shot because they robbed somebody or because there was, a confrontation or something stupid. I mean, they're not always over reasonable things, but sometimes it's like I can see how everyone was heated in the moment and things got out of hand and you should have not had a gun or not done that, but this is just, driving down the highway.
I don't know what to tell you. I didn't make these decisions.
Anyway, that's my little take on it.
You just like to tell that story because you like to cause me upset.
That's true. I also like to tell that story because it upsets Rose. That's the main goal here. Upset Rose.
I knew it was.
Where is Fletcher Man? Are you wandering into the woods over here? Hello, Cleric. Wait, hold on, Cleric. I've been trying to trade with you. What do you need? Do you still need a lot more rotten flesh than I have? I could do this. Here, have.
Did you take my watermelon?
I did not.
You didn't take my watermelon? Thought you took my watermelon and I was going to have to come and kill you.
No. Oh, thank you for following. Let's see. Chris Mac 0806. Hello. Yes, hello. Welcome. I don't know if you've caught up on what we're talking about. Is this who I'm trading with? Yes, it is. We're talking about the JonBenet Ramsey case. If you need a catch-up, we can do that. But continue, Rose, if you will.
Well,
What? Did you just fall down a hole? That's what it sounded like.
no, creeper just exploded.
Oh. Are you okay? Is everyone okay?
I'm fine.
Are the villagers not fine? Thank you, Fletcher.
I don't know. One of them got upset. I heard him make a little upset noise.
Keep going.
I can only do one thing at once sometimes because I struggle.
I need more. Are you Italian? We're not from Italy, and
No,
we
we're
don't
not Italian.
have roots to it. But we took a DNA test, and what is it, Rose?
Don't ask me these questions.
I think it's Sicilian, which I think is related to Italian, but we're not personally Italian. I'd love to know why you ask, because do we sound Italian? Because I don't think we do, but it'd be interesting to know what you ask.
I think we just look strange overall.
We just what?
It just sounds strange.
I don't know. I can't handle like listening when I have to edit the videos and stuff. Listening to myself back is really strange. I'm not used to doing that, and it's kind of upsetting to me. I
I was
guess
upset.
not upset. It's just like it's weird. I also think, and no one, I think if you actually listen, I think I sound a lot like you, which in real life I don't think I sound like you. So I don't know what it is about the like playback. I know there's supposed to be, when you look at yourself in a mirror, it's supposed to be like something different. I don't know what it is about the sounding, hearing your voice back. Okay, again, so I still got the anthropod thing. So should I be trading with him or should I not be trading with the weaponsmith?
I have no clue. I don't know these things.
Essentially, you just need emeralds, so I'm gonna go just chop down some more trees, I guess, to try and get
Anyway,
the emeralds. But
back to
no,
what I was saying.
not Italian.
Because we're almost done with the timeline, and then we just get into the times that everyone's being real shady. Replace his block. What block was his?
Yeah, we tried to do that last time. I think you suggested it last time as well. We're not. We thought we did it. It didn't seem to do anything. Do we have to wait? Does he need to sleep? I mean, there's obviously been sleep cycles in between, but like, does he need to sleep before we place it back down? What did we do wrong?
But anyway. And then finally on September 12th, 2016, Burke finally actually has an interview with somebody because he's never been in any other because he was a child, and they actually did a good job about that. And so he finally has an interview. It's incredibly weird and not fun to watch because it's got bad vibes.
Like, does he bawl during the whole thing or something?
He like kind of creepily smiles for the whole thing, and then when he's asked about like how did your sister die, he basically says it was probably some pedophile from the pageant crowd, which like sure, understandable explanation. But he says it twice and awkwardly smiles through the whole thing, and you just are like, this is uncomfy for all of us.
That sounds like he's either being like he is creepy or like maybe he was rehearsed. Maybe the parents were like, "Don't go in there and be creepy. Here, say exactly this."
Smile the whole time. You're on camera.
Yeah. I wasn't there a whole bunch of stuff you haven't really talked about, and I don't know if you're gonna get into it later but wasn't there a whole bunch of stuff about people being angry because of like maybe how, the pageant industry like sexualized her and stuff like that?
Yeah, but that's just people being angry at the pageant industry. That's a whole other topic. People are always angry at the pageant industry. You've seen Toddlers and Tiaras. For people who don't live in America who didn't have to experience that show, you're welcome. Now you can go look that up.
I don't remember much. I don't think I ever watched a full episode. You watched it some and I walked through when you were watching it. It was always, I don't know. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time.
It's like watching Dance Moms, but worse.
But worse.
Mm-hmm. Because Dance Moms, at least like they were dancing, and you were like, I guess maybe I can see why you put on that outfit. Toddlers and Tiaras, they just kind of wandered around. Also, they were toddlers. It was a very strange show. But to be fair, TLC mainly consists of very strange shows. Anyway, now we get to talk about the weird stuff going on with all the evidence. And then we finally get to talk about theories last, but we're not there yet. So, with the ransom note. So we all know at the very beginning, so the mom found a ransom note that was really weirdly long, and she found it at the bottom of her steps. So first of all, it's apparently unusually long for a ransom note, according to like the FBI or someone. They were like, this is a weirdly long ransom note. They're not normally this long.
Well, do they normally practice their ransom notes too? I'd like to know that, because you'd think if you're
maybe at home, I don't know.
That's what you'd think. You'd think if you were gonna have to practice your note, you should practice before you get in the car to go kidnap someone.
But it was definitely, it was long, and then they were like, this is a weird number, and so they were like, maybe it refers to Psalm 118, and like what I said this earlier, but I read Psalm 118, and it just doesn't like scream like murderer vibes, like I don't read it. Most of the Bible overall doesn't scream murderer vibes, but it doesn't scream like, okay, I could see a murderer getting really attached to this and like twisting it to their ways. It really doesn't have that vibe to me. But either way, the police believe the note was staged because it's weirdly long, and apparently there was unusual use of exclamation marks and initialisms.
Unusual.
Because you know when you're writing your ransom note, you go, "If you don't bring it here, I'll kill you!" Exclamation point. And it also didn't have any fingerprints on it except for Patsy's and the authorities who had handled it, which is weird for a notepad in the house. Like that was their notepad.
That's true, but I mean that just seems to indicate that they like wiped it down or whatever.
But both the note and the practice draft were written with a pen and notepad from their house, and both of them were in their house.
That is suspicious, but my take on it, I know everyone's interested in my take on it, would be that it seems like maybe the intent was to maybe actually kidnap her and not leave a ransom note, and he just did it as like a last thing when like she got murdered. And because it seems like if your intent was to murder her, you wouldn't leave the ransom note unless it's something you planned out beforehand. And then why wouldn't you have it written beforehand? Like it just seems very like risky to go into a house planning to write a note on some paper and a pen that may or may not be there unless you like know 100% for sure. Like I guess the inside job aspect again.
Well, I think there's also the whole thing with like people think it was staged anyway. So maybe even if she did get kidnapped for some reason, they decided to stage the ransom note to like prove themselves innocent. I don't know.
Like trying, that's true. I get it does go with more of the family idea because that would help. You know, oh, it couldn't have been us. You know, there's a ransom note. Look, it must have been someone from the outside wanting money.
Yeah, and then also, so there is indication that Patsy might have wrote it, but it fell short of a definitive conclusion. And eventually, the federal court does rule it highly unlikely that Patsy actually wrote the note. But it's still weird. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, it just doesn't fit, you know? Like, first of all, why would you leave a ransom note and then leave the body in the house, you know?
Yeah. What are you doing in the house today? What are you making?
I'm standing. I'm not doing anything. I'm waiting for things to grow.
You want to trade with people?
No.
Oh, that's helpful.
I have 2 emeralds.
Oh, I'll take those. I'm still trying to trade with the Fletcher. Did you break the weaponsmith's block?
I did a long time ago, but I don't remember which block is the weaponsmith.
Let me look at my chart. I have the chart. And then will you go do that?
Yeah, if I know which one it is.
The weaponsmith's block is... It is the grindstone thing.
Well, I'll break it again and then see. Like, maybe he has to, like, go to bed. I'll break it again and I'll put it back to Mom.
Okay.
It's broken.
Hopefully that'll give him better enchantments. Because I don't really... I mean, not that I really know much about the enchanting process, but...
Anyway. So they thought... But... Okay, now we're going to talk about the 911 call and the initial search of the house, which is also really weird.
Oh, while you're waiting for plants to grow, Rose, do you want to go ahead and make the blast furnace we need? That someone...
I can, but we should probably go to bed first.
Okay, well,
Someone
I can do
will tell me what's in a blast furnace.
Someone what?
It will tell me what's in a blast furnace.
I know you're going to need a furnace. I know that part, because I know that starts with, the center block is a furnace.
Everything else?
It's in the little things I sent you, but I don't remember what the items are. Excuse me, sir.
Anyway, so the ransom note, that really long ransom note, contained specific instructions not to call police or friends. Yet Patsy called family, police, and friends almost immediately after reading it.
Yeah, that's a bit odd. You need iron.
What?
You need iron. I just don't know what else. Blast furnace, you need iron and something else. But I don't remember what the something else is. I think they pushed me out of my house. But that is okay, I guess. I will go find the men to trade with. Oh, smooth stone. You need iron, a furnace, and smooth stone. Also, you should go place back down that guy's block, because I think this is him.
I did.
Okay, so he just needs to take fine to fine. Iron, furnace, smooth stone. I need the Fletcher. That's who I'm looking for. Okay, keep going.
So I need smooth stone, iron, and what?
A furnace. So the smooth stone's probably the only thing that's really going to be a problem. I don't know what smooth stone is exactly or how you get it, but that's probably the first thing might be worth looking at.
You smelt it.
Do I have enough of this? No, I do not. You want to do? I'll take a bow.
Anyway. So, but she called police like super early. And then police arrived in 3 minutes, which is super fast. And if she had like actually just been kidnapped or something, you know. But they didn't discover anything. They didn't discover any signs of forced entry or anything. And the guy who showed up, the first guy who showed up, the first policeman, he did actually stop at the basement door. But he noticed it was latched from the inside and said, since he was just looking for an exit route for the kidnapper, he didn't worry about it because that wouldn't be a good exit route because it's latched from the inside.
Yeah.
So there was no signs of forced entry, especially you would figure there would have to be signs of forced entry to get into the house to get to her because she wasn't just hanging out in the basement. That's the thing I find the weirdest. So she was found in this basement that was latched from the inside and couldn't be, like, you'd have to somehow break the door if you entered through the basement. But we'll get to that. We'll get to the intruder theory and how it confuses me.
Okay,
But her
the
body was, like,
Fletcher is
in the
now
basement.
at master level 2.
That's good.
We
Why
have.
does he have
Why is he what?
Why does he have pink stuff floating around him?
That's what they do when they level up. We can get a. I think this is a good trade. I don't know. I'm gonna need more emeralds for it though, so I guess I need to cut down more trees. But I'll get us each a crossbow with piercing level 2. If somebody wants to tell me if that's a good trade, that sounded bad.
What sounded bad?
I heard an. I guess it was behind me. Did it kill the Fletcher? Please say it didn't kill the Fletcher. Nope, he wandered away. I said I heard an explosion, but I guess it was a creeper right behind me. But it didn't kill me, didn't kill anybody else, so. Crisis averted. But we're starting to get, maybe we can be done with the villagers today if we keep trading at this rate. Or if we go a little longer, I don't know if anybody is interested in that.
Here's all of my melon slices.
Did you get the,
No, I'm smelting smooth stone.
but you haven't got the block placed, is what I meant? Oh, you did place the block.
Yes.
We just gotta see if he took the bait and switched his trades. Okay, keep going.
Do we not have any cobblestone? No, we just for some reason have cobblestone slabs.
We had to use them to make
What
something.
did you do with all our iron? We had so much. Where did you put it?
It's probably just in the other chest. I haven't used very much of it.
Where'd you put it in here?
I was running out of room in the other chest is probably why.
Okay, and then we're going to talk about the body and the autopsy, which is just a real fun topic. Everyone's going to deeply enjoy, I'm sure. So in 2003, they found enough DNA from the mixed blood sample to, oh wait, no, I missed that. Her body, sorry, I skipped that part, I don't know why. Her body, so her mouth was covered with duct tape, and her wrists were bound, and so was her neck with this nylon cord. And her torso was covered with a white blanket, which one of their things about the parents didn't do it is parents would normally cover the head too, and her head wasn't covered. I don't know if that is incredibly good evidence, but that's something that I've been told.
How accurate can those things be though? Like, you know, it's not like you can exactly take a big survey sample of parents who...
If you killed your child, would you cover their head with the sheet?
Yeah, that just seems like a strange thing to base it off of.
Well, that's what I had been told. I don't need this.
I don't know. That's very odd to me, especially because, so let's say that they do have, like, you know, there's been enough parents who've murdered their children or whatever, something awful like that. But unless they're all for, like, the same reasons, like planned out versus heat of the moment versus, you know, accident or whatever, it seems like it would vary again, because it would depend. Doesn't, like, covering their head and stuff like that have to do with remorse and how, like, if you feel bad about it?
Yeah, and they could not feel remorseful.
That's what I mean. So it seems like it would be very dependent on the situation that each of the murderers was in. So I don't see how they can determine that. But I guess maybe they can. Maybe they've got enough evidence for it. We just are ignorant about it.
I don't smooth stone. I have smooth stone. No, I don't have smooth stone. I think I need to use the grindstone. Or maybe, I think I know what it is.
But so her body, keep going with that. Not covered with the sheet.
There was no evidence of conventional rape, but they couldn't rule out sexual assault. But there wasn't like super good evidence. And since I don't know what I'm allowed to say, I'm just not going to say it.
Okay, keep going.
Her death was ruled a homicide, so at least we got that. But sometimes, you know, there's really suspicious deaths, and they're like, you know, accident.
Yeah, I always find it very suspicious when everyone else is like, it's definitely not an accident.
But the thing that had been used to strangle her was made of a nylon cord and the end of a paintbrush, the broken handle of a paintbrush. And eventually, the other, like, third of that broken handle of a paintbrush was found in Patsy's art supplies.
Okay.
But they never found the other, like, third of it. So it was broken into thirds.
But suspicious. That part's maybe the more convincing part for me.
Because that the paintbrush thing was found in her art supplies.
Yeah, because okay, if you're painting for some reason, you're painting so extremely,
passionately,
you break a paintbrush. What do? I would think you'd throw it away. I don't think you'd stick it back in your art supplies drawer. You know, I think that would be strange. So it seems like the paintbrush was maybe, and I don't know, maybe they can tell us. I don't know. Did you search it? Smooth. No, this is just the, what is this? Smoker. I don't know what you'd use the smoker for. I guess that's for the butcher. I don't know. Maybe Google it, because I'm not sure. If anybody knows how to make smooth stone.
Stone, but I haven't made smooth stone.
Yeah, I don't know how.
And I figured I might be able to make it in the stone cutter, but no.
I can try to Google it for you.
I feel cheated and scammed. Anyway. And there was pineapple undigested in her stomach, which we already talked about. Because that matters in, like, one of the theories later on.
You smelt the regular... Now. You put it in the smelter.
I already did that. I have stone. It's not smooth stone.
They say it's made by smelting regular stone.
How many times?
It just says made by smelting regular stone.
I've smelted regular stone.
This is the kind of information I have. I don't know what you're wanting from me.
Maybe I need to smelt it again.
They show a little picture of you putting stone in, and then you get smooth stone.
Is it cobblestone or regular stone?
It looks like regular stone.
I think I need to smelt it again. That's what we figured out.
Okay, got all my sticks to go and try and get them.
Now we're going to talk about blood samples. So in 2003, they found this mixed blood sample. It was enough to create a DNA profile.
Mm-hmm.
So they did, and it belonged to an unknown male person and her, but that doesn't matter. And it did exclude the DNA from each of the Ramseys. However, in 2016, new techniques revealed that the DNA contained genetic markers from her and 2 other people.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Got 1 of the crossbows I need. So, half
also,
done.
I guess I can say this to clarify. This blood sample was found in her underwear. So that's weird.
Yeah.
That means there was at least 2 people there.
Well, is it possible? So, okay, the blood sample, and maybe this is just me being dumb and not really understanding how that kind of stuff works. But so the blood has DNA, like the DNA could have come from other sources, or it must be. Essentially, you're saying like 3 different people blood there, her and 2 other people.
Well, I think it was her blood, but there was 3 distinct DNA pieces. Profiles. That's the word.
Does that mean that 3 other people had to be there, or could it mean that, like, when her mom helped her get dressed?
There was her DNA. And then there was at least 2 other people's DNA.
Yeah, but does it mean that they had to be there at the time of the crime, or could it have been there from before?
Well, it would be weird that it wasn't. Apparently, it eliminated Patsy and John, so it would be weird why.
Oh, it's not them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, this is the armor here. I need to speak with you, man. Okay, this is the weaponsmith. He has changed his trade, so I guess I should... It's fine to trade with him now.
I made a blast furnace.
Cool. Do you want to go place it down real quick?
Where?
Anywhere? I mean, do we have a villager that can use it, right?
I think so. There's always one who does. There's a man in our house who does not have a job.
Right now?
Yes.
Well then, I mean, I don't think we should place it in our house. Is there someplace near our house that we can send him? That we can make him go and hang out there? Oh, rotten flesh. Is there any more zombies out? I guess I should leave my stuff if I'm gonna go zombie hunting. Could we go zombie hunting?
Once I place this down, maybe.
I'm gonna leave all the important stuff in here. Like my stick files.
Should I just... What should I do? Where should I put the blast furnace?
I guess I'll take all this with me because there's no more room.
Where should I put the blast furnace?
I don't... Does it have to go by a bed? I don't think it does. Just pick a room. Pick a place that there's adequate space, I guess. I'm gonna look for...
Spaces? I'm putting it by this man.
Going to look for zombies. Did you... I think it was some guy on the news. This is another thing. I'm sure it wasn't televised out of the US. I thought it was hilarious, though. I don't think Rose found it quite as funny. Something shooting at me. Maybe I shouldn't go hunting for zombies. Let's just go to bed. Anyway. Some, I guess, politician was complaining about schools being shut down and stuff like that. And he goes, I know the bed is occupied. I would like to kick him out of it. Excuse me, sir. He's not letting me move, so I'm gonna go find somebody else's bed because he looks like he's kind of stuck in the chest. And then I'll come back.
Okay.
There's no bed in here. Anyway, so the guy is complaining about, like, how we're all online too much because of the pandemic and everything, and people should be in school. And he's, like, getting really worked up, and he goes, you know, and it's turning all of our kids into zombies. Like, zombies and Zoom. And I thought that was very funny.
Yeah. He's told me this, like, 9 times.
I found it hilarious. She didn't.
We don't have enough room in any of our chests to do anything, ever.
Well, I'm coming back to get some of this stuff out of the chest. If I can get there. Excuse me. Need this, need this, need this. Don't need the gravel right now. Still need the rotten flesh. Okay. Oh, don't need that. Or that. Or that. Or
anyway. And then, okay, so the other DNA, there was other DNA found on their cord, paintbrush, clothes, and other surfaces in the house. This could be significant depending on who you ask. Some people say, yes, that's very significant. And some people say, no, it's not. So it really just depends on who you believe. Because some say that's the DNA from the killer. And some say DNA just ends up on things because apparently you just leave behind DNA left and right willy-nilly. So, I don't know. So it could be suspicious, it could not be suspicious. I wouldn't know, and neither does anyone else, apparently. So you can just decide that yourself. You can go, wow, that feels suspicious in my bones. And you could be right. I don't know.
You don't have any rotten flesh, correct, Rose?
No, why would I have any rotten flesh?
I don't know, we need it. For the cleric, which I'm not even sure.
I give it to you. I did find a bone.
If we need to trade with the cleric. And did anybody take up the blast furnace?
I don't know, you can go check. See them if there's anyone.
Hello. You're just a leather worker. I'm not interested in talking to you. I'm sorry, sir. Okay, keep going.
And then Okay, so now we're going to talk about the theories and like who is suspected. It's taken this long to get here because I like to draw things out and cause issues for everyone involved. But we're finally to the theories. So there's really two theories. There's the theory the parent did it, and there's the theories the parents didn't do it. To break it down very simply, but we'll get into more details because it's no fun to just say it like that. Don't want you. You're not the farmer I'm friends with. So the Ramseys were publicly exonerated by, there was a second district attorney named Mary Lacey who was good friends with the Ramseys, and publicly exonerated them based on touch DNA, which according to some people means she's a fraud and a horrible person.
That's a bit extreme, isn't it?
That's not me saying that. That's other people.
Just because
it is a bit extreme, but
like because the touch DNA, like, is that like not a respected?
Touch DNA was a new thing, and it means it's apparently just like DNA that I don't entirely understand how it works, to be honest.
Two more.
Oh, you discounted your melon price. Thank you, sir. Here's some melon.
One more tree. Well, does the...
Oh, he liked that I gave him the melons. He was a big fan of the melons.
Where did the guy with the eye patch go?
I'm glad you enjoyed the melons.
Oh, we have the armor now. Is that who we needed? I think that is. Hello. He wants to trade me for iron armor. So we can upgrade from our leather. I don't know what we're going to do with all the leather armor, though.
What does he want?
He wants emeralds. They all want emeralds. They hate me. Where is the...
I'm coming back some.
Well, I guess I'll just go chop down some more trees, because that's the fastest way. I really like your stream. It's like a podcast with added Minecraft. Thank you.
That's what we try to do. Sometimes it goes better than others. We have 5 emeralds in the chest.
Oh, I guess I'll take them, because I need at least some of them. I'll take those. I'll trade with him. I'll also go chop down more trees, which I'm sure is enthralling for everyone to watch. If I can find.
That is why I will continue speaking. You cannot shut me up. But yeah, it was over.
Did you take all the iron? Do you have all the iron? Did you use all?
Yeah, because I couldn't put it back in the chest. There was nowhere in the chest to put it, or I would have.
Well, can I have it now, or I just need a little bit?
It's in the chest.
He said, or somebody said, I think the creepy smiling is very.
He is.
And that it's very relaxing. I guess the stream is very relaxing.
Not the murder.
Well, no, I think it's funny, but a lot of people, and I think I'm included in that, think that like listening to murders, like murder stories or true crime and stuff like that is very relaxing, and I agree. But I also agree. I think the smiling is very suspicious. Okay, more trading. Because I think I'm finished with out of the 5 people we need to trade with, or I think it's 5. Because it was the armorer, the Fletcher, the weaponsmith, the leather worker, and the cleric. We finished with the leather worker. I'm trying to finish with the Fletcher. I mean, like, trading for him to get his stuff. Well, is there a reason you're trading with the farmer? I used to listen
to Eldritch horror stories to go to sleep. I can understand that.
Is there a reason? Is this who I want to trade with? Yes, it is. Is there a reason, Rose, you don't want to trade with someone else?
They scare me.
Well, you're gonna have to trade with someone else. Do you want to adopt the armorer or the weaponsmith?
Emeralds are a precious resource, whereas carrots regrow.
So you don't want to trade with any of them? Is that a no?
No, I'll trade with them if you want me to.
Which one do you want to do? I think you and the weaponsmith would get along because he is committed to violence as well.
I am committed to violence, it's true. Which one's the weaponsmith? If he's the one I hit yesterday, because then I probably shouldn't trade with him.
Well, he's probably changed because you broke his thing. He's the one with the eye patch.
Oh, I love him. Me and him get along so well.
Okay, good. You can trade with him.
Him and his creepy, creepy eye patch. Anyway, touch or trace DNA. I looked up a definition.
Either that or do you like the cleric better?
I don't care.
Okay, keep the weaponsmith then. I'll try to trade with the cleric.
If I can find the weaponsmith, I'll trade with him. If I knew where he was.
He's wandering around. I saw him just a second ago. So he hasn't died yet.
I'm just supposed to give him stuff. Just
We're
we're
trying
just
to
trying to
level
get
him
him
up
leveled up.
because supposedly he has things that we need at the end.
Okay, I have an iron axe now. I guess I'm gonna go mine coal. um. So, we leave DNA pretty much everywhere all of the time, which terrified me. Gonna be honest. Wasn't I mean I knew it in concept, but I didn't like hearing it.
What terrifies you about it? Just that you could be accused of a crime at any minute?
Yeah, like what if I just one day am like wandering around Walmart and they're like, "It's you. You committed the murder," and it was just because like I went to a 7-Eleven and touched something.
I think what's more interesting is the idea that like, and there was some murder. It was a pretty big like serial killer murder, wasn't it? And you may end up covering it. That was solved by like some cousin of the serial killer doing like a 23andMe or something like that.
Yeah, the Golden State Killer.
That's what it is. I think that's really interesting. I wonder if, and I know that there's a reason they haven't, and there's funding issues and there's storage issues and all that kind of, things that to us people I think just sound like excuses. But it would be really interesting to see now with all the new technology if you took all the DNA that had been collected from all the murders, just in the U.S., right? That couldn't be run or things that have DNA, and you ran it, how many of those murders would be solved? It'd be really interesting to find out, I think.
I think they do that pretty often, at least on the Still Open.
Well, I think they do it some, but I don't think, it seems like it takes forever,
Weapons Man.
But I don't know what's actually involved in running DNA. I don't know if it's like actually putting it into a little machine and then you just walk away, or if there's I bet there's more complex things involved.
I brought the Weapons Man coal and he was ungrateful. So now I will beat him with my fist.
So if you kill him, yeah, that's a good plan, Rose.
I'm gonna use all of our coal and give it to him.
Okay, it's not like we need that or anything.
He wants it for money. He gives me emeralds and then I give the emeralds back to him. And to get iron axes to level him up.
Oh, I guess I won't build any more axes then. That's good because I'm still chopping down trees to try and farm the diamond or the emeralds with the Fletcher, who just wants sticks, all the sticks.
I have 2 iron axes. And he's now leveled up.
All the way?
And he's given me a discount on my iron axes so I can purchase another one. Now I have 3 iron axes. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So, clearing them on this DNA that could just literally, they could have just touched something, and it could mean literally nothing to do with the murder, or it could mean everything to do with the murder. It's kind of weird. Especially since at the beginning, the crime scene just wasn't secure. So, who knows what DNA they've slathered across the home,
Well, especially with everybody running around moving bodies left and right.
I don't like the fact that the weaponsmith sleeps in our home.
He's bonding
but so
with
does
you.
The armorer, and that also makes me uncomfy.
I am coming back. I just want to finish planting the trees I took from the forest.
When you come back, I have 3 iron axes for you.
I don't need that many right now. It takes me a while to break one down.
Well, I can only give him coal for emeralds, and then I use the emeralds to buy iron axes. But now let's get to the theories. So the first theory, the family member theory, the one everyone likes. And you're thinking, okay, what evidence is there for this theory? There was no evidence of forced entry, which is weird for a kidnapping. Unless for some reason they had a key.
Did anyone else have keys?
They didn't find the Ramseys to be cooperative at all. And they said, we're just reluctant due to fear that there wouldn't be a full investigation into the intruders, so we're going to be shady and reluctant and say weird things and do interviews with CNN.
Yeah, see, I understand that, they're worried about being seen as, the main suspect, and I know that, traditionally, it's like when a wife goes missing or is murdered, you look at the husband first, that kind of stuff, right?
Take this iron axe.
But still, me? Are you giving it to me?
Yes, here, take a second one.
I don't think I picked it up. I don't know who did. You probably picked it back up. I'm trying to turn wood into valuable sticks.
Well, you could just mine wood so much faster with these iron axes.
I have an iron axe.
Well, now you have 2 more.
What I
Yeah,
need, what I really need, is rotten flesh.
Well, I don't have any of that. I just have iron axes. And now I'm gonna go get more emeralds. By giving carrots to a man. And also, there was apparently a lot of evidence about the scene was probably staged.
Wait, did I finish this? Oh, no, I didn't. Scene was probably staged?
Mhm.
Based on what evidence?
I don't know. There was evidence that the scene was staged.
Well, I can't just go around saying stuff like
vague and unhelpful.
Okay, so scene staged, no forced entry.
Yes, and they all go, maybe the family members did it.
Is there a leading family member that they think did it, or do they think it's like a combination, like they were all?
Some people think it's Patsy, some people think it's John, and some people think it's Bert. I'm gonna say I hope it's not Bert because he was mine, and that's weird.
Yeah, but there's like, you know, been other young killers in history.
Yeah, but that one makes me more uncomfy than the other ones. I don't know why, it just does. Probably because he's a child. I don't want to get the fact that children kill people. You just took my carrots, I watched you.
Me?
No, this greedy man with his big pockets.
Does he pick them up?
You need carrots from me if you're harvesting your own. Greedy man.
I don't know. I think the idea that it's the son is a little bit more plausible if you're going with the idea that everyone was involved and covered it up. Because if it's the father and the mother's not involved, I don't see why she'd cover it up, you know? But, like, I could see people trying to cover it up for their son.
I think, but people cover it up for their husbands or like, I say their husbands because males are known to murder more. All of the time. Like, that's a thing that happens.
I just think it's, like, yeah, they cover up murders, but not, like, their child's murder.
But let me tell you the theories. I don't have the one for how John possibly murdered her. But I have theories for how everyone else possibly murdered her. Because the reason people think maybe John murdered her is because of the evidence of sexual assault and the fact that he might have been sexually assaulting her. Like, over a period of time, not just that one day. And he swears he doesn't, but doesn't everyone who's ever committed sexual assault swear they don't?
Okay, so what's the theory?
So, for Patsy, they say that she struck John Bonet in a fit of rage. Because most people think probably the strangulation wasn't actually the killing thing, or they, like, whoever struck her on the head thought she was dead and then strangled her, or, like, was wanting to make sure she was dead because the head injury, I guess they assume, comes first. But struck her on the head after a bedwetting episode. Remember, she was 6. And then strangled her to cover it up, thinking she'd already killed her once she hit her in the head. But Patsy has no history of uncontrolled anger, and, like, Bert swears that his mom wouldn't do that, but, you know.
It just seems strange if she doesn't have a history of that, like, that would be the theory, because, like, I don't know.
Can I give this man iron?
I don't know what does he want? Do you have iron? How'd you get
iron for... He wants iron to give me emeralds, and then he wants, if I have 34 emeralds, he'll give me a bell. I don't want a bell.
Don't buy the bell.
He wants to give me one.
Not a good deal. We don't need one of those. We already got a bell in the town.
I wasn't planning on giving him one, but I am planning on giving him iron for emeralds.
If you must.
I will just...
I just think, I don't know, for me that theory seems less likely because the idea that she just randomly hit the child hard enough to, like, kill her or think she's killed her because she wet the bed just seems odd. Like, I don't think that's a normal parent reaction. And if she hasn't had any past history of violence, you'd think that wouldn't be... Like, is there a reason why they think that? Is there a reason why they think that, Rose? Like, and is there evidence that she wet the bed before?
I guess they're just assuming children do. I think they're because it's most like if you're gonna say okay, one of them wrote the ransom note to cover it up. It's most likely she wrote it
Mm-hmm.
because they apparently there's just not even any sort of idea that it could possibly be John's handwriting, and probably not Burke since he was a 9-year-old. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but it still could be that she covered it up for someone else.
Yes.
Okay, so next theory.
You want more iron axes?
I don't need more iron axes. I'm still on.
Are you sure you don't want more iron axes?
I'm
Why don't you
positive.
come take an iron axe? I have 5. Would you like one?
No.
Come take 5.
I'm still using this one. I accidentally started using one of the ones you gave me instead of the one I intended to use.
5 of them. You need 5 of them. Come take them. Stop running from me. Come take the axes.
You want to chop down some trees with the axes? That would be helpful.
I'm just gonna go mine coal.
Because there's only so many trees I can chop down before I lose it. Okay, keep going with the theories. Oh, another apple.
They assume generally strangulation was probably used to cover up other parts of the murder. And actually, in 1999, the parents were indicted by the grand jury, but for 2 counts of child endangerment, I think. What was it?
That
2 counts of
right.
child abuse each. But our good friend, District Attorney Alex Hunter.
Okay, hold on. Wait a second. That's a black cat. Which doesn't that mean there's a witch nearby?
Can't they just spawn?
I thought black cats only spawned with witches. If anybody wants to tell me if that's correct or not.
Maybe Salmon reincarnated to come and get revenge on you.
That could be it. Just be aware that there could be a witch nearby. Okay.
I'll kill her with one of my mini axes.
Honestly, yes. Use the axes as weapons because we've got no other use for them.
Well, listen, I have very few trades I can make with this man.
I know. I'm trying to cut down more trees to get more sticks to trade for more emeralds so I can go and trade with the armor. At least he gives iron armor, though, so that's kind of useful.
So our good friend District Attorney Alex Hunter refused to sign the indictment, saying there was insufficient evidence for prosecution. I hate Alex Hunter. I don't know anything about him, but he makes me angry.
It's not his fault.
Yes, it is.
How is it his fault? I mean, he can't make the evidence say something.
He could.
Are you? Oh, you're chopping down trees too?
You told me to.
Oh, I didn't think you'd actually listen. I appreciate that. We need more sticks. I think it's one of the most efficient ways to get emeralds. Then we can make a big trade of emeralds and hopefully get
a bell.
We don't need a bell. Do not purchase a bell.
It cost 34 emeralds. I'm not purchasing the bell.
That's a ton.
However, I am purchasing more iron axes because that's my other option. So you're gonna have iron axes regardless of how many you actually want of them.
I think I got all the wood out of this tree. It's hard to tell though.
I forgot the one I was standing on.
So next theory.
We're still on this theory for a second.
This theory then.
So now you're thinking, why do people think maybe Burke did it? Well, people think maybe Burke hit his sister on the head with a heavy object, possibly a flashlight. Don't ask me why they said possibly a flashlight, but they did. After she stole a piece of his pineapple.
I'm sorry. Is the pineapple such a rare commodity? Like, it seems like there might have been enough for both of them, and he was just, or is he known for violence?
I don't know if he's known for pineapple violence, but it was just the reason that's the leading theory about why Burke did it. And I guess maybe they're just like, the pineapple unexplained. No one remembers giving her pineapple. But first of all, the murderer could have if she knew them, and they somehow got into the house without forced entry. Let's say it is an intruder, and maybe they know the family. That means the intruder got into the house somehow, not through forced entry, and decided to lure her down to the basement through pineapple. I would be lured many places through pineapple.
Everybody who's trying to kidnap Rose, just make note of that.
Have to be a very specific pineapple, but that's fine.
It makes me think more of, like, I can see it with the sexual assault theory. Because, like, trying to like, hey, you want to have some pineapple? Like in a creepy stranger, like luring someone in with candy, into their van.
A pineapple in your own home.
Yeah, but like I mean, kind of the same concept though. Like trying to get the child to go somewhere. They use food. Children are attracted to food.
Isn't everyone?
But same concept of like, um, trying to lure her somewhere that she's not supposed to go with a stranger. But like, oh, it's fine. I'll give you a snack. That kind of thing.
Well, I mean, her basement she's probably allowed to go in.
I don't know if they keep it locked. You'd think that probably it was a like children off limits zone. Do you think we are skilled enough and or there's enough room in the chest to abandon some of our items to go out and kill zombies? Because I really need rotten flesh.
There's not enough room in the chest, that's for sure.
Could you make a chest and us put another one down?
I'm making it with some of the wood I got for sticks.
I'm planting all of like 27 trees I have. I don't know if any of the trees I have that I plant are actually growing. I don't know if I'm planting them too close together. I don't know if you can plant them too close together. I just keep planting them because I feel guilty and like we might need more of a forest at some point.
Well, I was going to plant all the ones I had later, but I was going to go to bed first.
Well, I wanted to go zombie hunting if you've got a chest made.
Oh, yeah, I just entirely forgot to put it down, though. I gotta go help a villager who's stuck.
But that way we can maybe
the
get
armor, you idiot.
They're not the brightest. More trees. Okay, and then a little.
Where's the man who broke all the sticks? Oh wait, I know where he lives. I'm not gonna go wake him up. That sounds creepy.
Small little birch forest over here. Okay. Heading back to put stuff in, and then we should go and zombie hunt. Skeleton, not who I want. Come into town and let the iron golem kill you.
I have mini sticks. I'm taking an iron axe because we have so many of them. I feel fine taking it. We need another chest already. Use some of your wood to make a chest.
Okay.
Anyway, what I was saying. But they assume that the ransom letter was written to cover circumstances and that there's actually been a defamation lawsuit filed about this. And Burke has never actually been considered a suspect by police. So I don't really think that's a good theory because personally I just don't think... I think something would have happened sooner.
I placed it over here because I couldn't get it to fit where it needed to go.
Take an iron axe from my chest, or you take an iron axe from your chest. We have so many. Please take one.
I'm taking an iron axe.
Oh, I should put my shield in the chest too.
Oh, I guess I should take another iron axe with me.
I'm not taking off with my clothing. They're staying on.
Because if we lose the clothing, no one cares. Okay. We should head out together, I think. So I don't get lost.
I was planting my trees while I'm out here.
Where are you? Have I already lost you? Where did you go?
I'm planting trees.
Yeah, but I don't see you. Where'd you go? Where are you? Here's a stick, though. I need that. Oh, 3 sticks.
Planting trees.
Where? Oh, I found you. Okay. Are you ready?
No, I'm still planting. I have 14 more trees to plant.
Fine, I shall head out by myself.
There's a zombie right here you should kill.
Okay, I will get him.
He's coming for me. There's murder on his mind.
One rotten flesh. We need a lot of rotten flesh, though, because rotten flesh and emeralds are all he wants to trade.
Didn't he want string too? Doesn't someone want string?
Yeah, we can. Oh, would you mind getting my stuff? Yeah, the Fletcher will take string.
I'm gonna die.
Oh, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I hope this isn't your guy. How do I tell if it's your guy?
More guy.
There's a zombie farmer.
Well, let's hope it's not him.
How do I know?
I don't know how you know.
I don't think we should kill him. I'm worried I'm gonna die. Maybe we should head to bed. Probably to bed.
Maybe we shouldn't have done this in the first place.
I agree.
Since this never worked out well.
There's a spider coming for you. Did we get everything? I didn't have anything. Okay. Are you here? I don't see. Oh, you're running back. Get out of bed. Excuse me, sir.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's the dude. I'm just trying, he just gives me emeralds. That's my big thing.
Well, isn't that what you need still?
Yes, and he just has more use for emeralds than others. So now let's talk about the intruder theory. The big thing for this theory is there's an unidentified, here's some clothing.
You look lovely with all the arrows stuck in you.
I'm not going to give you this rotten flesh.
Just put it in the chest for now, honestly.
I'm going to take my sticks back.
Well, no, do you want to give me the sticks and I'll go trade with him?
Okay. I need emeralds, though.
What do you need emerald? Oh, to trade with the guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Have we learned our lesson that maybe we shouldn't just go out and randomly fight people?
We just need rotten flesh to trade with the...
Potato.
What?
You took my potato.
No, I did
Give me
not.
my potato.
I don't have it. See?
You did it on purpose. You have 21 rotten flesh. Quit being greedy.
I just know we need a lot because
I somehow ended up with a whole bunch of sticks still.
Put the sticks in there and I'll get them. I'm getting an absurd amount of sticks. I'm worried he's gonna stop trading with me.
You said you wanted sticks, so I made sticks.
I know.
No.
Bless you.
You haven't taken your clothing.
There, taking clothing. Taking sticks.
That I made for you with my own 2 hands.
You didn't make it for me. I traded for it. But I know we're running a little bit past time. I wanted to see if we could finish the story is what I was going for.
Oh, we can if you'll ever let me talk.
I let you talk. Keep going.
No, you make me go out and fight people. But the biggest thing with the intruder theory is there's an unidentified bookmark. Not bookmark. Maybe there's a bookmark too, I don't know.
Unidentified boot mark.
Yes. In the basement. And so people say, well, that means that someone entered the basement. Which maybe they're right. I don't know. I found more rotten flesh. I'm picking it up.
Okay, so unidentified boot mark.
Yes.
There you are. That's what I need. Okay, so did they ever identify it?
Not that I know of. There's more rotten flesh over there too. And so that's the big thing for the intruder theory. And then, so there's like 3 people of interest with the intruder theory. There's Bill Reynolds. He played Santa Claus, and they did not explain why he was a person of interest.
Okay.
They just said he played Santa Claus. Are you my villager friend? Nope. So he was a person of interest, but I guess they assume at this point that he's not. I don't know.
How long does it take for them to let you start trading again? Does anyone know that? Because right now he's.
You didn't tell my man.
They did or didn't?
You didn't.
Okay, good. Because right now he says, no, I don't want any more of that.
No more sticks. Please quit giving me sticks.
Going to find the armor. Hello, are you the armor? Yes, you are.
I need some of those emeralds I got sticks for.
I have 5 for you. I used some of them.
I can buy 6 axes.
Okay, here. Pick them up quickly.
That man is holding.
Hurry, get them before the villagers do. Okay.
That man is holding leather cats, and I don't like it.
It's to trade with you. Okay, are you ready to trade again? Because I'm... Okay, you are ready to trade. It just took you a little bit. Okay. That's
I'm
good.
here to buy all of your axe supply. Thank you. I really wanted these. Really deeply wanted these.
Here.
Anyway.
Wait, I have more emeralds. You ready to get them?
Good, more axes.
There. There should be 5.
I can buy 5 more axes. I appreciate his discounted prices. Would you like more axes? I would. Thank you. He's almost past apprentice.
Okay,
Goodbye.
keep going. How many more theories do we have?
Just this one. We can stop if we did.
No, I just wondered. I'm having fun trading. I don't know if it's very fascinating.
Linda Hoffman something, who was a former housekeeper, didn't explain why she was a person of interest either. And then there was a guy named Michael Helgoth. I don't know. He died of apparent suicide shortly after her death.
That's
He
suspicious.
didn't explain why he was a person of interest either.
The suicide
hundreds
immediately
being
afterwards
like-
is always kind of interesting.
And none of them have matched. Hundreds. Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yes. But none of them have matched. But the big intruder theory is by this guy named something Smith. I didn't write down his first name because I don't know, I like to suffer. And so he has this theory. So he thinks the intruder snuck in through one of the 2 open windows in the basement, subdued Jean Bonnet with a stun gun, and killed her in the basement. And then he thinks this because 2 windows were left slightly open for Christmas light cords. One was broken when John couldn't get into the house because he forgot his key, and there was an unlocked door. However,
I'm sorry, John went over, was like, I don't have my key, I'll break the window.
yes.
That's a bit... Okay. Okay, anyway, keep going.
The thing to go against this, though, is there's intact cobwebs in the basement window, in the steel grate, in the tracks of various windows, and the foliage around the windows is undisturbed, and there's dust and debris on the windowsills. So
Do you have,
it doesn't seem
is
like
all the
anyone
rotten
entered
flesh...
the-
Yeah, I don't think that... I don't know how you'd put cobwebs back. Is all the rotten flesh, did you put it all in the chest?
Oh no, I still have some. Because I was out and about, and I found some.
Can you put it in there? Okay, cool. I'll trade with the Claricon now. I will soon have, emeralds for you.
Ooh, good, more iron axes. So I just don't get the intruder theory because other than the fact, so okay, if he entered through the basement like this guy said, let's say he did, he entered through the basement, he'd have to somehow get through the constantly locked basement door without damaging it in some way that was noticeable, and then go into Jean Bonnet's room, which I think was on the 2nd story, probably near her brother's room and everything, past her parents who might have been awake.
I think
'Cause
this
I don't
guy
know when
is
she died. They don't do that.
needs healing. I can't tell for sure, but he looks like he might.
Okay, I will give him some iron.
I mean, I think this is what you meant by he looks all crackledy.
Yes.
Also, I have some emeralds for you. Here, wait. Or do you want me to... I'll use all of the emeralds. Hi. Hi, sir. Is someone beating down... Oh no, I guess that was you fixing him up.
I fixed the $300 free. Tell me when you get more emeralds.
I'm using them right now. Do you want an iron helmet?
Not particularly. Would you like several iron axes?
Not right now, but we need to chop down more wood, because I think we're... Or, wait, am I out of wood? Never mind, I'm not out of wood. He just wanted to be done trading for a little bit. He wanted to take a break.
He said, please. Please quit giving me sticks. So, so he entered through the basement. Let's ignore the fact that there's cobwebs and stuff. He entered through the basement. He somehow got through the door that's always latched from the inside without it being damaged and there being signs of forced entry. Then he goes up and he lures down Jean Bonnet, let's say with pineapple. He finds pineapple in the fridge, which is just a wild time. He finds pineapple in the fridge. He, lures her down and is like, just come down to the basement with me, Jean Bonnet. Just come on down here. And she does. And then he kills her and writes a ransom note with their paper and pen, and then leaves the body. It's just a really weird thought process to think, okay, if you did come to kidnap her and accidentally kill her, you would take the body and still try to get the money. If you came to sexually assault her, like you were a pedophile, like someone said, if you came to sexually assault her and kill her, why did you write the ransom note? If the ransom note was written by the family, why would they write it if it wasn't someone in the family? So there's a lot of things that go on that just doesn't make any sense, especially if the intruder did come from the basement. How come the door was still latched and there was no signs of damage? It's just deeply confusing to me.
It all doesn't really make sense. The part that I think makes it more suspicious, though, is that the family is clearly, at least in some ways, lying about something. Because, like, if we just go with the one fact that, oh, we didn't wake the kid up till, like, we called the cops, or till the cops got there, right? But you can hear him on the phone, that means they were at least lying about one thing. And lying about one thing means, like, well, what else were you lying about, you know?
Yeah.
I just think that
I just don't get how an intruder could have gotten in without there being some kind of sign of forced entry. Unless somehow they got in through one of those doors and then stupid man.
I don't have pictures, do I? No.
Unless somehow
there's coal up here, by the way.
Through one of the windowsills and like put dust back on it.
I don't see how you could do that.
I don't think you could.
By the cleric's house, there's more coal. If you're still looking for coal. But I'm waiting on the guy to be ready to trade again. I was looking for gravel.
But they assumed that probably the intruder would have been like maybe a child pornographer or a pedophile who like noticed her from the pageant scene, which is depressing in itself, and we could talk about the pageant scene, but I didn't want to because I don't like to. And there had been apparently 100 burglaries in the neighborhood in the months prior, which is an absurd amount.
That seems really high. I mean, maybe it's a high crime area or something, but that seems very, very high.
But the thing that I also don't get with this is if it was a burglary, why was there not signs of forced entry and nothing was taken? So if it was a burglary and they somehow, for some reason, walked past all of the expensive things that were in the downstairs area, walked into the upstairs, found this child, and decided to instead become kidnappers, where are the signs of forced entry, and why didn't they take anything?
Had there been a kidnapping before?
Not in the area. However, there were 38 registered sex offenders in a 2-mile radius.
That seems like a lot, but I guess I feel like that's one of those things that you don't think that there's a lot, and then if like you were to look it up, I know there's ways of doing it, I just don't know how.
Well, our own mother, gets emails.
Yeah, I knew that. Because she's paranoid about it.
And I happen to know that there's not 38 of them within a 2-mile radius of me.
Are you ready to go to bed?
Yes.
Oh, rotten flesh. Okay.
But then there was also something else that's kind of weird. Is the Ramseys developed a friendship with the second District Attorney Lacey, which was criticized by literally everybody, including the mayor.
Do you still need, what is
emeralds?
It?
Yeah.
No, not emeralds. I know you still need emeralds. You don't have any flint, I assume. Do you still need coal, is what I was wondering.
Yes, I could use coal.
Okay, I guess if the guy's still not in the mood for trading, I'll go do coal. Oh, we can't, oh no, we can't. I was gonna say we can't open it.
Oh, I can get a cake if we want one.
I don't think we need a cake.
Or suspicious stew.
Who is this from?
This is from the farmer.
Oh. Okay. I will see if the guy wants to trade anymore. And then if he doesn't, I'll go get,
Why are you still in my home, weaponsmith?
Okay, so keep going. Where is the...
I have another iron axe. I'm so happy with
Where
that.
the heck is the fletcher going to?
The last thing, which is just kind of weird, and I thought I'd tack it on at the end, because you kind of go, huh, that's weird, so there was a false confession. It was by a man named John Mark Carr, who was a 41-year-old elementary school teacher, who was arrested in Bangkok, Thailand in 2006 because he was running from child pornography charges in the U.S. So already just a real great man overall. really someone you would want to be around, and you would, just great overall. Really enjoy him. Um, he said, I guess he was just confessing to everything at this point. Just went, you know what? Go big or go home. Because he said he drug sexually assaulted and then accidentally killed Jean Benet. But he provided really only basic facts that were publicly known, and then failed to provide any convincing details about anything that maybe wasn't publicly known. And there was also no drugs found in her system. And then they were like, you know what? We'll just test the DNA just to be sure. And there was no DNA found in her body that matched his.
I don't understand why people do that. Is it to get big in prison, like to keep them from being beat up or something?
Especially with him, think that it was probably because he's kind of a narcissist and wanted to be well known.
He doesn't want sticks. This worries me that we've got all these sticks that he's not going to accept them.
Just give him a second.
It's been a day. I'll go do the coal though.
I can do the coal. But yeah, that's the last thing. It was not him, in case anyone wanted to know. It wasn't him. He just decided he should tell people about maybe it was him, but it wasn't.
But they think it's just because he's a narcissist?
They think he probably just wanted publicity. Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense if he's already a sex offender.
Yeah, I guess if you're already being arrested in Bangkok, Thailand, because you've run from child pornography charges in the U.S., and apparently they can arrest you in Bangkok, Thailand for that. Not something I knew. Here's another wolf if you want them.
I don't think I need. There's lots of cats around. I just haven't been collecting them. I've been trying to focus on how the heck are we going to ever get all these people to be our friends when all they want is stupid emeralds.
Sticks.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought we'd hit the gold mine. We'd found the right person. We gotten some great advice from somebody in the comments that he would be a great person to trade with. And then now he's abandoned us.
He's got too many sticks.
But who needs the coal?
My dude.
Oh, okay. Well, so we're helping somebody. All the armorer wants is emeralds. That's literally all he wants.
What?
I said all the armorer, the guy I'm trading with, wants is emeralds. And all the cleric wants, at least at this level, is rotten flesh and emeralds. So no more theories?
Nope. I think it was the parents probably, or at least someone the parents knew and wanted to cover up for. I don't think it was the kid. It just doesn't make any sense.
I think it could be the kid.
Other instances of something happening.
I think it could be the kid. My top theories are this. Thing one. I probably, because I'm a woman and because, have you guys gotten a librarian villager yet? Is that the cleric or is that different? We have the cleric.
I think it's different.
Do we need him? I'm hoping that you're going to say no, we don't need him. Because we're stressed with these people. Different, yes, different. Why do we need him? And how do we make him? If we need him. What I was saying for my top theories is I just don't think it's the mom. Mainly for enchantment. I thought that's what the cleric was. Gives you enchantment books that are really useful. What's the cleric do then, and why am I giving him my rotten flesh? And should me and Rose have been... Does this mean we should have been farming for paper the whole time?
I have a lot of sugar cane.
You do?
I haven't harvested it in a while, but yeah.
Maybe start doing that. What's the difference? So do we not need the cleric? We just need the librarian? Is that the consensus here? Because I can abandon...
I don't know. What block does the librarian...
Cleric gives you in pearls and stuff.
Pearls and stuff.
Well, we've got enough gold. I think that we might as well trade for that in the nether. But I don't know if that's a good plan or not. May not be a good plan. What else do we need here? Because I've got all that gold, otherwise we don't have anything to do with. So maybe just make a librarian? How do we make him?
I don't know. If you tell me, I'll try, but I don't know how.
I can look it up. Hold on. Let me see. Well, that may be a thing for next time. I was going to say, what my top theories are is I don't think it was the mom. It's a bookshelf and then some wooden planks.
The block is a lectern. Okay. So I will harvest sugar.
My top theory is it was the mom. It would either be the dad, because if there's evidence that he was sexually assaulting her anyway, you know?
There was evidence of sexual assault when she was murdered, but there was people thinking, well, maybe she was sexually assaulted by her dad anyway.
Okay, well, if there's reason for that, and he was sexually assaulting her before, I think it's reasonable to believe that maybe he did something that like banged her head against something, or something went wrong in that process, other than just the fact that it's wrong, and that's what prompted the like cover up, and then the mom helped with it. Um, and then the other top theory. Oh, did you know we're right by a swamp?
I did not.
My other top.
If you see any cows, slaughter them.
What?
If you see any cows, slaughter them.
We're also by a mushroom forest. I'm not seeing cows. Oh, Rose.
What?
There is, within sight, a nether portal.
That was the one I died at, probably.
It's possible. I guess I will go check it out. And that's will be where we end. Me checking it out. Other top theory is, since the boy was really creepy, is that he like accidentally killed her. But if there's evidence of sexual assault, like, I mean, it could be, I mean, there's been younger children do nasty stuff like that. Oh, thank you for following. Is a Spud, I think. Thank you for following. We really appreciate it. We're glad that you like what you're hearing or seeing.
See, I kind of agree with you. I think it probably isn't the intruder because, like I talked about earlier, it just doesn't make sense.
I just don't see
like,
how in the heck you could put
know,
dust back on a window. You know?
Yeah. With everything we know, and there was no signs of forced entry or anything, it just doesn't really make sense that someone entered, unless it was like a friend. It was Fleet White, our friend we've talked about.
That's why my top ones are the child, and I know it's like sad to think about a 9-year-old doing stuff like that, but that doesn't mean
it was him, because I think there would have been other instances of him being violent with someone else.
But if it would have been like, if you take out the sexual assault, maybe, because like you could combine two theories, like maybe her father was sexually assaulting her, right? And then also, oh look, here's a zombie carrying a piece of rotten flesh. Don't know why you're still alive. I guess it's the water. Can you just burn up, because I really don't want to have to fight you. If like you combine them, say maybe her father was sexually assaulting her, but also the brother did something, so maybe the father sexually assaulted her, the son like is upset about it, maybe he doesn't understand. We've got golden horse armor, a curse of vanishing golden pickaxe, curse of vanishing golden leggings, and a fire charge in the chest.
Do we really need any of it?
I don't know, but I'm gonna get the gold block. Oh, and we've got crying obsidian here too. Did we bring any obsidian? What?
What did you say?
I said I'm gonna get the gold block. Did we bring any crying obsidian? I mean, any obsidian with us, or our diamond pickaxe?
No, we didn't bring any of that.
Okay, there's the gold block. Well, we could, and I think this is a good strategy. I feel like I've seen other people do this. If anyone wants to tell me if this is a good strategy, because it only needs one block. I will flash the coordinates on the screen so we don't lose them. Here are the coordinates. If this is a good strategy, and I feel like I've seen people do it before, so maybe it is, you can use these other nether portals that you find, and it's like a fast way to like get around the nether. Because like this one, for all we know, could spawn like right next to the end fortress, or not the end fortress, the nether fortress that we need. Because we've looked into it, because she really, really doesn't like the nether. That I can see, there is no other way to get blaze rods other than going to kill the blazes in the nether. Okay, I'm heading back, and then we will end. But yeah, I think it's got to be either. It seems like it has to be the family, just with how little evidence there is that anybody was an intruder. I think my favorite theory, and this isn't even one that you listed. It's my own original. The one that I think seems most likely is the idea that maybe the father was sexually assaulting her, and the brother got angry about that, got angry about something else, got angry about the pineapple, and then like maybe did something, because you said she had head trauma, right?
Yes.
So,
how many books do you need to create a bookshelf?
I think 3. I think, and did something, and like that led to the cover up. That's my guess.
I have a lot of poultry.
Want to see us live? Come join us on Twitch.
Thanks for watching.